Princess Fiona was never cursed. Yet, she spent 20 years isolated in a tower, believing she was. What if I told you Fiona was trapped long before she ever entered that tower? ഒരു ഓഗറായി മാറുന്നത് കേഴ്സ് ആണെങ്കിൽ പിന്നെ എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഫിയോണക്ക് ഷ്രക്ക് എന്ന ഓഗറിനെ സ്നേഹിക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞത്? Let's find out what twisted this character and why. What made Fiona believe she was cursed? Was it the magic that transformed her every sunset, or the toxic idea that her appearance determined her worth? The real question isn't whether the curse was real, it was who convinced her that it was. Let's go back to where it all began. എല്ലാം തുടങ്ങിയത് അവളെ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ സ്നേഹിച്ചിരുന്നവരിൽ നിന്ന് തന്നെയാണ്, അവളുടെ പാരൻസ്. When they saw her ogre form, they didn't just see their daughter, they saw something that had to be hidden. അങ്ങനെ താനൊരു കേഴ്സ് ആണെന്ന് വിശ്വസിച്ച് ഫിയോണ ആ ടവറിൽ വളർന്നത്. ഒരു പ്രിൻസ് വന്ന് ഈ കേഴ്സ് ബ്രേക്ക് ചെയ്യുമെന്നും അവൾ വിശ്വസിച്ചു. But think about the message behind that. If someone else has to save you, doesn't that also mean you are not enough on your own? Fiona didn't inherit a spell, she inherited a mindset that her true self had to be hidden until someone else decides she was worthy. പക്ഷേ ഇവിടെയാണ് ഫിയോണയുടെ സ്റ്റോറിയിലെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ട്വിസ്റ്റ്. Fiona had the power to escape that tower. We saw her defeat Robin Hood and his merrymen single-handedly. She could have walked out anytime. എന്നാലും അവൾ അതിന് ശ്രമിച്ചില്ല. എന്തുകൊണ്ടാവും? Because the strongest prison wasn't the dragon or the stone wall. It was a belief that she wasn't meant to save herself. ഫിസിക്കൽ പ്രിസണിൽ നിന്ന് രക്ഷപ്പെടാൻ സ്ട്രെങ്ത് മതി. എന്നാൽ മെന്റൽ പ്രിസണിൽ നിന്ന് രക്ഷപ്പെടാൻ സെൽഫ് ബിലീഫ് വേണം. From that moment on, the tower wasn't just a cage. It was her sanctuary from her own reflection. പക്ഷേ ഒരു ചോദ്യം ബാക്കിയുണ്ട്. If becoming an ogre was a curse, then why wasn't Fiona afraid of Shrek? എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് അവൾക്കൊരു ഓഗറിനെ സ്നേഹിക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞത്, പക്ഷേ സ്വയം ഒരു ഓഗറായി ജീവിക്കാൻ കഴിയാതിരുന്നത്? Maybe because the curse was never the ogre, it was what ogre represented. Notice something interesting. Fiona only revealed her ogre form after sunset, when nobody could see her, almost as if the part she feared the most was only allowed to exist in the dark. Doesn't that sound familiar? Maybe your ogre isn't green skin. Maybe it's your scars, acne, your disability, or simply the part of the body you have learned to hide because you think the world won't accept it. Fiona believed the lie for 20 years until someone came to her life who made her question it. And then Fiona met Shrek, an ogre, the very thing she had spent her entire life hiding from the world. പക്ഷേ അവൾ വിചാരിച്ചതുപോലെ ആയിരുന്നില്ല ഷ്രെക്ക്. He was loud, messy, imperfect, yet completely unapologetic about who he was. And that became Fiona's biggest challenge. Because how could she reject the very skin she was falling in love with? ചില സമയങ്ങളിൽ നമ്മൾ മറ്റുള്ളവർക്ക് കൊടുക്കുന്ന ആ ഒരു സ്നേഹവും കരുതലും നമ്മൾ സ്വയം കൊടുക്കാറില്ല. Fiona saw honesty and acceptance in Shrek. But when she looked in the mirror, അവൾ അതൊന്നും കണ്ടില്ല. അവൾ കണ്ടത് വർഷങ്ങളായി അവളുടെ മനസ്സിൽ കുത്തിവെച്ച ആ വേദനകൾ മാത്രമായിരുന്നു. Isn't that many of us do? We accept other people's flaws but treat our own as a proof that we are not enough. And finally, the moment everyone remember. True love kiss. According to the spell, it would make Fiona take her true love's form. പക്ഷേ അവിടെയാണ് അടുത്ത ട്വിസ്റ്റ്. If she was meant to be the perfect princess, then why did she permanently become an ogre? Because the magic didn't fade. It worked exactly as it was supposed to. Fiona's true love's form wasn't a symbol of fairy tale perfection. It was a version of herself that was truly loved and finally able to love itself. ജീവിതത്തിൽ ആദ്യമായി ഫിയോണക്ക് ആ ഓഗർ രൂപത്തിൽ ഒരു കുറവും തോന്നിയില്ല. Because the person she loved that very same form without ever asking her to change. True love's kiss didn't change who Fiona was. It revealed the version of herself she no longer want to hide. അതുകൊണ്ടാവും ഫിയോണ പിന്നീടും ഒരു ഓഗറായി തന്നെ ജീവിതം തുടർന്നത്. Not because the curse won, but because she finally stopped seeing herself as one. So, what made Fiona believe that she was cursed? It was never the ogre. It was a toxic belief that she had to become someone else before she deserved to be loved. She believed she needed fixing, rescuing, and validation before she could ever accept her true self. പക്ഷെ ആ ബിലീഫ് അവൾ മറന്ന നിമിഷം the curse lost its power. Maybe that's why Fiona's story still resonates with us today. Because most of us aren't waiting for a fairy tale prince. We are waiting for a promotion, a relationship, the perfect body, or someone else's approval. Believing that only then we will be finally enough. The greatest transformation doesn't happen when we change who we are. അത് സംഭവിക്കുന്നത് നമുക്ക് നമ്മളെ തന്നെ മുഴുവനായി അംഗീകരിക്കാൻ കഴിയുമ്പോഴാണ്. Because the happiest ending isn't becoming perfect. It's realizing we were always worthy of love. If you want to know why Shrek pushed everyone away, check out the video on your screen right now. And if you enjoyed this, give it a heart and ring the bell for more. Let's find out what twisted the character and why.